After we've connected the SEM1750 conditioning unit to the PC, now use the SpeedLink software to configure it as a current splitter. What we want to do is configure the unit to give two isolated current output signals of 4 to 20 milliamps for just one input signal of 4 to 20 milliamps. Go to Quick Connect. On the selection dialog form, select SEM1750 Advanced. We now have a split screen, CH1 input of milliamps and CH2 input of milliamps. On CH1, the light blue screen, we see the output is CH1, channel 1, CH1. On the darker blue screen, CH2 input, we see channel 2 is set up for output CH2. Go to the drop down menu and change that from CH2 to CH1. That's all we have to do. Now send it to the device, send the configuration. That's it. It's now configured for both channels to give an output signal of 4 to 20 milliamps. This is the SEM signal conditioner, and we've programmed it via the USB port connection at the front and the software. We've programmed this unit to be a splitter. So we'll take a 4 to 20 milliamp input signal and provide two isolated 4 to 20 milliamp output signals. I've got it connected to an NCU900 control unit. The output from this unit is 4 to 20 milliamps, which comes into the SEM1750 on terminals 101 and 102. 101 is the negative, 102 is the positive. The output signals are here, output 1 and output 2. Output 1 is on 105 and 107. 105 is the positive, 107 is the negative, and output 2 is 205 positive, 207 negative. Here we have the power supply on terminals S1 and S2. The power supply can be either DC voltage, nominal 24 volt DC, although the range can be from 20 to 240 volts DC, or it can be a mains power supply, 20 to 240 volts AC. It will auto detect the voltage. There's no need to change any link jumpers. I've got the outputs connected to, one of them goes to a multimeter that's set up to display milliamps. The other one is connected to an indicator which is here, that again is programmed to display milliamps. The output signals, they are isolated output signals. So it's 4 to 20 milliamp isolated outputs. The SEM1750 is DIN rail mounted, so I've now got it mounted on a piece of DIN rail here, and you'll see that in the normal operating state the state 1 and state 2 lights are displayed, they're green. What I'm going to do is, on the Mowbray MCU900 control unit, I'm going to go into the test feature of the unit to set up an output current, and we'll see the same output current being displayed on the multimeter and also on the indicator. Okay, so I go into the MCU900 to the setup, and down here I go to the system and test mode, and I'm going to use the current output feature to set the current. Set the current, I'm going to edit it and set, let's say 8 milliamps to start with. So up here so I get 8, save. Okay, so I'm using this motor control unit to send 8 milliamps out to the SEM1750, and here on the indicator and also on the multimeter we can see 8 milliamps. The output from the SEM1750, they're independent outputs, isolated outputs. So for example, if one of the channels goes down, just disconnect one, the other channel is totally unaffected. I've reconnected the channel that I just took out. Let's just go to the control unit again. Let's change it. Let's put in 14 milliamps. 14. So the output from the Mowbray unit is 14 milliamps, and on the indicator and on the multimeter we see 14 milliamps.